Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to Shenandoah River State Park. It's an absolutely beautiful park, and as you can see, we are driving there now, and the scenery to get there is absolutely stunning. Now, the first thing you need to know about this park, it's a great park, but it is not free. Expect to pay $10 or so per vehicle in order to come to the park. The next thing you need to know is that the park is huge. You're going to see massive landscape. It's thousands, maybe not thousands of acres, but it's a massive park. There is so much to see and do here. I can't wait to explain it all to you. If you're thinking about going camping here, well, you're in luck. It has some terrific campsites, and we're going to travel around and show you what some of those campsites look like, and we're going to go to individual campsites so you can see all the amenities it has to offer. Now, this campsite here, you can see it has a picnic table, as most campsites do. It has a nice long pad for you to drive your rig on. It has a hook for a lantern and a fire pit. In addition to what I just mentioned, it also has a water spigot, and you're going to have an electrical box. I'm going to open it up here for you to see exactly what the outlets look like. If camping on this pad doesn't suit you, then they also have cabins, and that's where we're going to head next. They don't just have these small cabins that you see here. They have cabins that are much larger that look like houses. These smaller cabins are quite intimate and quaint. You're going to find that inside there's no cooking area or kitchenette or anything like that. It's just enough place for you to have a bed and to have a small living area, and outside of the cabins have the same things that you would expect at a campsite. What you're looking at right now is me driving around the campsite. I just want to get you an idea of what the different campsites look like and how people set up their rigs, and give you an idea about how you can spend your time. A lot of campsites have people who come year after year, and this is no different. The big difference here for me was that people here didn't quite know each other. It's not like an intimate campsite where people are friends for years and years. Most of the people were from around the Virginia area. Some traveled as far away as the West Coast to get here, but it's a variety of people from all over the United States. It's not just the same old people that are friends that know each other from way back when. It's just a variety and mix of folks here. I thought this was interesting. This is a yurt, and on the inside is a lot more fancier than, say, the cabin we saw earlier. It still has the same things. Like, you're going to find a picnic table and the electrical box and fire pit and all the regular things that you would expect at a campsite, but inside a lot nicer than what we would see at an ordinary cabin. I didn't actually rent this yurt, so I'm going to take a look on the inside from the window to show you what it looks like. It backs up to woods, which I thought was really nice, but there's not a lot of them to rent, and this is what inside of it looks like. As you can see, it's quite nice, quite comfortable. You can be pleasantly surprised renting one of those. This is the bathroom. We're going to take a look inside so you can know what to expect. It's everything typical that you would expect in a state campsite bathroom. Nothing spectacular here. A lot of the private campsites really go all out and make their bathroom super plush, but this is pretty basic. One of the things I love, though, is the ceiling. You can see the wood on the ceilings along with the natural skylight that comes in here. That's a very nice touch in my opinion. I really like those. We are now going to move on to the shower area. The showers are located to the back of the bathroom. Nothing to write home about. Again, a lot of the private campsites make their shower areas super plush, but this is a state campsite. But for a state campsite, I think the bathroom and shower area are really good. And also, it's not too expensive to stay here. We're going to take a look at two showers. This one, the first one you just looked at, is a regular shower. The second, right behind it, is a handicap shower stall. We are just about halfway through the video, and if you've liked what you've seen so far, you're probably going to like the content on my channel. So I encourage you to please do one or two things to help support my channel, and that's to like and subscribe. You may recall I told you at the beginning of the videos that they have additional cabins here. Well, here are a look at some of the other cabins that they have. And this cabin is about as big as a house. And it has all the amenities that you would expect in a larger type cabin this size. It has a kitchenette area, it has beds, it has a living room, it has a back that backs up to the woods. We're gonna go back and you can see it has all of the amenities that you would expect at a smaller campsite. The fire pit's right there along with the table and the barbecue grill, and up on top on this deck is a rocking chair, and it's an absolute beautiful space, especially if you want to come here with, say, a large family reunion or a large family gathering, or you're not into camping so much, you just want to have a great time. This right here is the washing and dry room. It allows you the opportunity to wash and do your laundry. Very inexpensive, $75. Normally it's about 3 times as expensive at private campsites. Big sink here. Got a heater. If you came to this campsite for no other reason than this is the most, and I mean the most spectacular overlook I have ever seen at a campsite. You have 2 mountains on either side, and in the middle is a valley with a river running through it, and you have some open spaces that shows the grass along with trees and greenery. This is absolutely stunning. I can only imagine what it would look like in the fall. You may recall that early in the video I said that this campsite was large, and it is. It's 1,600 acres. What does that mean? There's a lot of open green space for you to explore. So if you like hiking or biking, this campsite is going to be right for you. This is just a short walk through a meadow patch, and as you can see, it's absolutely beautiful. One thing I like about this meadow patch area is that it has these seats that allow you to just sit in and take in nature and this beautiful landscape. There are also these pavilions that are in a different section of the campsite. And as you can see, the pavilions are all clumped together. This is about the largest open space you're gonna find here at the campsite. But folks come here, they rent the pavilion, they put up hammocks, they do barbecue, large families come here and have functions. It's a really inexpensive way for families to get together and just enjoy and experience nature. Shenandoah River State Park runs surprisingly along the Shenandoah River. So if you like fishing, there's opportunities for you to do that. There's also plenty of opportunities for you to just sit back, relax, and enjoy the waterway. This is just one of several areas that you can spill out to and just sit back and basically watch the river run by. The first campsite we saw when we introduced this video was for a rig. This campsite is tent camping. You see the prices right there on the screen. The downside about tent camping is that the campsites are a good walk away from the parking lot. That's why you saw those wagons there earlier, because you have to put your stuff in and walk it to these campsites. Now, the thing I must say is if you get a riverside campsite, this is what it looks like. And the great thing about this campsite is that it's right next to the river. That means you can hear the river running by at night as you're here enjoying this camp space. This is absolutely stunning, absolutely well worth the cost. If you're not into the river, or maybe have young kids and are afraid they may explore the waterway, there are campsites away from the river, so not all the campsites are close to the river. Another thing to point out is that there are bears and wild animals here, so you have to deposit your trash into the container we just saw. If you have ever been to Shenandoah State Park, please leave a comment in the comment section and let me know what your experience there was like. What you're looking at right now is the bathroom for the tent campsite area. And as you can see, it has all the basics that you would expect in a bathroom. In my opinion, it's not as nice as the other bathroom, but it does have wood ceilings and it has a nice skylight to let natural light in, and it does its purpose. This is the handicap bathroom. A little old, you can see some of the rust stains on the tile, and this is what the regular bathroom looks like. And as you can see, it has everything that you would expect in a state camp bathroom. Not, nothing to write home about, but it gets the job done. With the state park being right alongside the Shenandoah River, I recommend if you have a watercraft, a canoe or kayak, bring that with you, because there's a launch area that we're showing you right now where you can launch your craft. This is what the launch pad looks like for both canoe and kayaks, and it's pretty calm at this section of the river. Now, if you want to explore the Shenandoah River, I strongly recommend you do so. You're not going to find a lot of rapids like you would say in the Potomac River or other rivers, and it's not a lot of danger, but you got to always be careful. I recommend you go upstream, that way if it's too difficult, it's easier for you to come back downstream. We talked several times about how large the park is, and to help you, there are maps, not too many of them, but there are some maps located in designated areas that helps you understand where you are and how to get from point A to point B. With a park so big, one of the main concerns that I had in going out here, especially with my kids going out here, is them getting lost, and it's easy to do so in the forest. However, one of the great things that I liked about this park was they had really well-marked, recognizable trail. They all had names and they were color-coded. What that meant was that it was hard for my kids and me to get lost, especially with, hundreds of acres out there. The bike that I would recommend is definitely a mountain bike for this area, not a hybrid. I saw some people with hybrid, they were having a hard time. But as we were going on this trail right here, you look at the tree and you can see that they're marked. And they're marked so you know exactly where you are. You can keep on the right trail. And they were marked pretty regularly. And there was a lot of intersections that we came across, that the markings help us understand exactly what trail we were on and to stay going on the right path. Another great thing about the trails that are marked is that they had a little plastic tag. That means that they weren't going to, wash away, or they weren't going to fade. A lot of trails in parks are painted, but I like the fact that a lot of parks are going to these plastic tabs that stay there pretty much almost forever. I probably should have started with this, but there is a visitor center, and this visitor center is really nice. I definitely recommend if you want to have a picnic or to eat and have a nice overlook. It's wonderful. As you can see, they sell firewood here. They don't have a lot of stuff. They do have some things, but this is one of the parks I would recommend you don't forget what you need, because they don't have a lot of necessities like you would expect at some of the other parks. There is a bit of a museum here, so it does try to help you to learn things. So if you have kids, I think this would be a great little area to bring them, just so they can see what understand a little bit more about nature. The two questions I always want to answer in my videos is this park worth your time and your money? And absolutely, it's worth both. I felt that the park was well maintained, it was well managed, and it's very affordable, absolutely worth visiting.